Welcome to the 2Ds and an F podcast with your hosts, Jay and Mikey. So, Erik Lundquist, what's going on, buddy? First of all, everybody out there in listening land, welcome back. We took a little bit of a break, and we're back. I don't want to say in full force, but we are back. And we have a good friend, Erik Lundquist, on tonight. He came all the way down from Connecticut just to do this podcast. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man.
How's it going on up there in, not Connecticut, Massachusetts?
Massachusetts. Yes, sir.
What's going on up there in Massachusetts?
Oh, you know, just plumbing.
Just a bunch of...
Just the pipes, a lot of pipes.
Laying some pipe?
Yeah, selling pipes.
Selling pipes? Is there a good market in that?
Oh, it's amazing. I couldn't complain.
In selling pipes, there's a good market in that?
Yeah, I camera the sewer line and tell them to give me $10,000 to dig it up. And there's usually 3 a day, so...
Yeah, but that's including equipment and all that stuff, right? So, I mean, it's got to... I mean, what's the profit margin usually? Is it like 20%, 30%?
On a markup, it's 33%. So if I get a subcontractor, it's 33% added onto our job, which we're discussing right now. So because we're getting caught with our pants down because other guys will come in and give a cheaper price, and
so you got to lower your profit margin down a little bit.
We have
maybe
to get the equipment.
Well, yeah, the equipment. You got to get a lower price for the equipment.
Well, we just have to buy the equipment and then make the money back.
Yeah.
So it's sewer lining. Usually you dig it up, but sewer lining is the new way of repairing sewer lines. So,
like, are you doing it underneath someone's house or just like street lines or what?
Yeah, so it goes from your basement out to the city sewer, and then you just line it all the way from the house out to the street, depending on the situation. But it's highly sophisticated camera system I use with a GPS locating device to flag the yard out and make it look all nice and presentable.
Oh, okay.
It takes me 3 hours to do my job at each house I go to. But lately I've been doing commercial jobs, which is a pretty big deal too. So,
what's it like in the I guess Boston would be the closest city to you, right? What's it like compared to? Well, I guess my question is, what's it like being right outside the city? The pricing near the city, and then how far outside the city do you go, and does the pricing remain the same?
Well, that's a good question, Jay. Boston, I mean, you're talking $1 million minimum.
You're talking for one job
In Boston?
for a job, or you're talking about housing? No, I'm talking
housing.
about
Jobs?
Yeah.
Well, you're average $100,000 a year there. You have to. I mean, it's just what it is.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
What does the average job cost the customer in the city as opposed to
like in New Hampshire?
Let's say two hours outside of the city or something like that.
Oh, it's irrelevant. I mean,
it's all the same.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, but since you wanted to bring up housing, what's housing like up there? Like, so
it's like I said,
like a townhome. What's a townhome up there right now?
Townhome in Boston, $1 million for
$1 million for a townhome.
Yeah, one level condo. They have 3-story condos there, and it's like $1 million a piece just for one of them.
In Boston, the city.
In Boston,
yeah.
where I live.
Plus, you're close to New York City there, so people are traveling from Boston to.
Yeah, I live 20 minutes.
Fairly close.
20 minutes from the city.
How far is Boston from New York City? About 2 hours?
Oh, it's like 3.5.
3.5 hours. I guess that's not too close. But there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the city of Boston. I mean, it is like when I go there, I see it as like it's like comparing it to like Philadelphia, two of the oldest cities in the country, right? It looks older in some ways than Philadelphia, and I think it is a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, I was just working.
I mean, not to get into like a history, but
just working at a house. It was 1662.
I think I followed a tour around. There was like a tour going around the city, just walking around. I was already walking around the city, but like we just started following this fucking tour around, and they were telling us about the buildings and shit. But it's an old ass city, dude.
Phew. Imagine the plumbing
tea
pipes.
potty, fucking tea potty up there.
The pizza.
The pizza. Is the pizza good up there?
The pizza sucks up there.
That's surprising because I would have thought it would have been.
Maybe if you go to the North End, it's pretty nice.
What is it like? Bad
I
bread?
guess it's more Irish.
It's just bread.
Just bread.
So it's real light, light on the sauce and cheese.
It's like this weird flaky crust that sucks, and it's just not like good pizza.
Ugh. Yeah,
It's
Minneapolis
not like
had shitty pizza too. They put fucking olives on everything, green olives.
Ugh.
I asked for a plain slice when I first got there, and they handed me this shit, and I bit into it, and it's underneath. They put it underneath the cheese.
That's plain.
Take a bite of it. What the fuck is this? They're like, what do you mean? That's just
I think
normal.
plain. When you say plain, or like when you just say pizza, I'll take a pizza,
Yeah.
like a pie or whatever. That's plain.
Just
like
cheese.
in the Northeast here, like maybe New York, Philadelphia area. Anywhere else, I think it's like, well, what do you want? Just like when you say like when you say Coke, or something like that. Well, it's like what kind of Coke?
Yeah.
Hey, Dunn, you remember the time where we went to New Year's Eve in Reading?
Oh yes,
And
the
backstage, and then Bam took a piss next to me.
yeah.
Were
Yeah,
you
that
there
was a
for that?
funny night. We wound
Did
up
you
in
punch him in the
Allentown after
face?
that.
What?
We wound up in Allentown after that, and a couple of us almost fought this kid at Grant's house. Were you there for that?
I don't know.
So we went from Reading up to Grant's house and drank a lot. I do remember that, yeah. Yeah, that was a silly night.
Whoa,
I was
yeah.
playing drums for Hello Cleveland, and we opened up for Fuckface Unstoppable. That was, what, 2011, 2012?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, that was a silly night. That was a very
we
silly
also
night.
met Nikki Sticks. Remember that? Were you there for that?
Nikki Six?
Nikki Six.
Yeah.
We didn't meet Nikki Six.
Yeah.
No.
Were you just listening to the radio?
No.
And then it's like,
Yeah,
Was he on the radio?
No, I met him. He was at the Starland Ballroom the one night.
Oh,
And
you're not
we
talking
went
about the
there.
same night.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. I was going to say, yeah, he definitely wasn't there that night.
Eamon took me there. Eamon took me there because I think it might have been Jay Smoker's brother or something that played with the band.
Oh,
What's-
Scotty?
Scott, sorry.
Good-
Yeah, I feel like that's what it was.
Good friend of the show, Scotty.
Yeah. Did you hear that episode with him?
I did not.
Did you hear any episodes?
I work a lot.
You're a piece of shit.
I'm
You
a
know
salesman. I got to talk a lot.
that? You could fucking listen on your way there.
I drink beer and play frisbee golf with my
Nice.
wife.
Sounds
What do you want
cool,
me to-
dude. Sounds real cool.
Well, what brings you back to Lehigh right now?
Oh, just to see the nephews.
Ah. Yeah, you're
little
a
kids.
fucking family man now. Are you married?
No.
No.
I don't know if I want to, but
Do you have kids?
she does.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, I thought because I mean we used to talk a lot, but it's been you moved up there, and then I'm not sure what happened. Then I just scroll by Facebook and I see you have a family now. I'm like, oh, that happened. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Eric's
It's
a
for
family
the
man.
better, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
He brought him over here, and he was yelling, "Don't do that, kids! Stop doing that!" Remember we had a fire over here?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "What? Who is this guy?" I bet he wants to go home and sit on his couch right now.
My couch in Tewksbury?
Tewksbury.
Yeah.
Is that where you're from?
That's where I'm from now, yeah. No, it's pretty, I'll tell you what. It's hard to move away. It takes 3 years to get used to it when you move away.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to get a whole group of friends. You still really don't have good friends after 3 years, but it gets better. It gets better.
You might have better friends because maybe it's not someone you were obligated to hang out with because you hung out with them your whole life. They're new friends. Like as an adult, you can pick and choose your friends. You know what I mean? As a kid, it's just like whoever's hanging out. Let's play this, let's play that, let's do this, and you kind of grow up with those people. As an adult, you can be like, I ain't fucking hanging out with that dude, you know, and then just go do your own thing. Yeah, it's a little different. But yeah. So I mean, that sounds exciting to me to go somewhere new because I used to travel a lot in the military. And that was really exciting to me. And you meet new people and all that stuff. I mean, just as an adult to travel somewhere new, kind of set up shop there and just meet new. It's really hard to meet new friends as an adult as well because of that reason I just said. Because people are just more. I don't want to say judgmental, but they're more like, I don't need to be this guy's friend. You know, I can just go do my own thing or hang out with my family or whatever. You know. So I could see how it could be harder in that way. But it does sound exciting to actually go somewhere new and meet new people. And, you know, maybe there's something that sparks there with those new people that, wow, you know, this is something that I didn't have back home that I like as an adult now. Because you change, right? Everyone changes as they get older a little bit. They're thinking, at least. In ways, right? They mature more.
Yeah, Never forget the past.
Never forget the past, but because that's where you came from, and that's what.
Well, yeah,
you know, that's kind of a part. That's a part of you. That's who you are.
Yeah, but you gotta integrate. You gotta like evolve and meet new habits and things and whatnot. But,
yes, and that, you know, it could be an opportunity to get out of some bad habits, and you know all about that.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that a little bit.
Oh no,
you don't have to.
I mean, as you go on, it becomes quality over quantity. Like, I mean, back in the heyday when the three of us would get together, there were usually like, you know, 10, 15 other people involved in our whatever we were doing. Yeah. You know, nowadays everybody has shit going on. So it's your numbers dwindle, but your friendships will be better because
your time is more valuable
because you want to make the time.
Your time is more valuable, so you have to spend it. Yeah. You know, where you want to spend it.
Social media takes away from the what you just talked about.
Yep.
It just changes life.
It gives you a false sense that you're still involved in somebody's life that you used to be, but you're really not. You know, like you'll throw a like or a heart, and something might be funny, or you might have like a 1 or 2 line response with a conversation that hits on something, but really like interacting in real life meaningfully with people becomes a lot more valuable and a lot more. You have to not plan it, but you have to make time for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but think about it. Like when we were kids, like we would have to pick up the freaking payphone and call each other.
Yeah.
Page. Just page me.
Or page me up, and we'll come over to the South Mall and hang out or whatever. You know, that's just the way it worked.
Mall. And then everybody would be like, there.
Yeah. At the arcade.
Yeah. I remember like just it would just be a couple phone calls I would get a day, and I would get so annoyed because I was trying to do something. I would be like rude on the phone to this person. And now it's just like it's such a common thing that it doesn't even mean anything at all. It's just like oh, a phone call, answer it. It's like an everyday part of your life now. You know what I mean? It's not like anything special. You know.
No, but before, like, you didn't have social media. You could just, like, we would have to call each other to go hang out. Like, yeah. I mean, because we didn't know what you were doing in your life.
Yeah, but even on, like, I don't have Facebook, and there was, you know, a couple years back when there was a group of friends hanging out together, they would all post on Facebook what's happening. This is where we're meeting. This is what's going on. And I would always be out of the loop. So that kind of strayed me away from the group a little bit. I've always kind of not been a group person to begin with. I always like kind of doing my own thing, but you know, being in a group every now and again is a good thing. You know, it's a good thing to communicate and socialize and all that stuff. But it kind of took me away a little bit, you know. So I don't know. But social media is something that we had to get used to, and something that kids are just kind of born into these days. So it's not even going to be a big deal for them. You know, they don't know what it was like to, and our parents probably said the same thing. You know, these kids don't know what it's like to not have a television or something like that. You know what I mean? Well, or video games or whatever. Like when Atari came out, that was like, oh my God, this thing's awesome. This is like fucking 2 blocks going back and forth with the ball going in between it and shit.
Yeah. This is going to cause violence.
Yeah, exactly. Who would have thought?
Yeah. We were just talking about that at the bar the other day. They had these things with a rope and 2 like hard balls, and they'd like flick them up and down and like smack each other's face and shit. It would like fling off.
What are you talking? What's this game?
It's like an old game, like the click clack thing or whatever. Yeah. But it would like fling off and like smack people in the face and shit. But like they wouldn't have a game like that nowadays. But little kids would get their
dangerous. Yeah. Well, remember the lawn darts? Like lawn darts like killed somebody or something.
Yeah.
That was a great idea.
I mean,
let's make something really sharp and make it a game that kids can play.
They should just bring that really shit back so kids get hurt a little bit, because they really need to get hurt a little bit. I mean,
dude, kids are still getting hurt. Dude, you know what pisses me off? Every time I listen to like I don't know, anything social or news or whatever, and it's just like older people, like maybe our age, talking about this. Kids don't know what it's like to do this. My stepson goes out and plays football just about every single day, and he comes home bruised up, dirty as fuck. Like he'll play down in the mud. Like,
it's good.
Kids are still doing it. Like we have to hold on to it as long as we can. Maybe not as many kids are doing it. But they're still on their phones most of the time, but they still get out there and they're still playing, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, cheers, dude.
Cheers. I think like kids. Maybe this is a wild guess, but I think maybe like if kids are young enough, they're at school and they're on social media a lot, would that steer them away from trying to make friends at school, because they have their virtual friends and maybe some kind of Facebook group about whatever video games, or like I'd like talking to these people a lot more on the phone than anybody at the actual school, so I'm not going to bother to make any real life friends. Do you think that's gonna, I don't know, is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's especially last year, because kids weren't going to school.
Yeah.
So there was probably a lot of things that kids were missing out on, I'm sure. And yeah, social media exacerbates it. And I mean, yeah, it's not like it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what our parents used to say when we were their age, or our kids' age. It's not like it was 20 years ago. You know.
Yeah.
But,
well, think about it. When we were 21, 24, you used to go to the bar. I mean, god damn it, dude. We would have the blast of the lifetime, dude. There'd be people dancing, girls stripping, everything, dude. It happened.
What bar were you going to?
Legends, dude. That shit was awesome.
Christ.
Legends. Just, so for the listening audience, to fill you in a little bit, I have shared a very, very good number of absolutely just silly nights with our guest tonight, Mr. Erik Lundquist. Like, just the quality of shenanigans when we would go out with our little group or together, we would do some fucking really funny shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the times, I'll be honest with you, because they were just that funny. Yeah.
Like, we knew they happened.
Folks, this
can't
goes
remember
back
a lot
years.
of it, but they did happen. Like, the memory is there somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm sure it happened for a lot of people too. Like, a lot of people have their own experiences, getting fucked up at a bar, Yeah,
but this is a lifetime of shenanigans, though.
I don't think it's going to end. Like, kids are still going to do stuff like that. If that's what you're getting at, like, kids are still going to go and get fucked up at a bar, but maybe not as many, and that's a good thing. That like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, so you're not going to get fucked up at a bar. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is, I wish I would have been in that mind state. You know,
I don't know if it's just being at our age,
would have saved me a DUI.
Like groups of kids now, you know, like teenagers to like young adults, like 21 around that area, seem a lot more intense now. I don't know if that's because I'm just getting older. And I can tell, like, all right, these guys are up to no good. Or like, there's like a group of kids outside the apartment the other day for some reason, just like some of the neighborhood kids, I guess. And they just gathered outside of my building. Like, oh God, what the fuck? What is going on?
Like a gang or?
Yeah, it's like, dude, what are they doing? Are they gonna?
Were they videotaping? It was probably like a TikTok video they were making or something.
Like, I don't know. I think it was a fight, but the other person didn't show up because it was tense.
One of those.
It was tense. Yeah. But I was just like peering out my window while I'm working, just like an old man, just like, oh, what the fuck?
It might have been a gang fight.
I'm going to call the police.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm still not going to do that.
I'll never forget the one time I was in King of Prussia.
Hold on a second, Eric. What if there was a kid getting his ass like smashed into like the curb?
If it was,
would you call the cops?
If he got a like if his head got curb stomped, yeah, that's bad. That's real bad.
Well, before his head was about to get curb stomped, would you call the police?
I mean,
would you see it coming?
I would just.
Or would you? I mean, I would run out there. I have a gun, so I would run out there and stop myself. But
I would watch for a little bit, judge it on its merits. If it gets out of control, maybe. But if it's just good old fashioned dust up,
throw back some whiskey and roll up your sleeves and get out there. Yeah. Sorry, Eric. What were you gonna say, man?
Oh shit!
You lost your train of thought. Oh, my bad, dude.
Oh! I got it.
Okay.
So, I went to this concert one time, and this is real quick. I'll be about it. It was in King of Prussia, and I took some mushrooms with my girlfriend, and I started tripping pretty hard, and I kind of wandered off from the seats, and then no. What happened was she went to the bathroom. I was just tripping so hard that I like just was smoking a bowl right in the front balcony with my feet dangling in the front balcony, and I get yanked up by the security guard, and he yanks me out of the fucking concert. And I'm outside in King of Prussia by myself. And
what venue
went
was
to
it?
this pizza place. A Capitol Theater or something like that. Maybe. Oh man.
So there's no like venues in King of Prussia that I know of.
It was like they had like tower clocks inside. It was amazing. It was like a theater. And yeah, there was like a rap battle going on, and in the middle of this pizza shop, in the middle of downtown, I was shrooming, and like it was ridiculous, dude. And then I don't even know how I survived. And then I ended up smoking joints with this guy outside, and it was a great time. And everybody was like wondering where I was because I got yanked up. Nobody knew where the fuck I went. I got kicked out, and yeah, it was wild. And I must have tripped for 5 hours that day.
I don't think you were in King of Prussia. I like how we went
from.
I don't think you were in King of Prussia. There's no venues.
He could have been anywhere.
Yeah,
it could have been anywhere. He has no idea where he was.
Just some city that you thought was King of Prussia.
It's all lions.
I'm the king. Maybe you thought you were the king of Prussia.
Yeah,
I probably was. I was.
Went to go see King of Prince of Persia. Good one.
But the rap battle, the rap battle
at the fucking mall, fucking theater.
Yeah,
there was clocks. It was in a theater. Yeah, I bet it was in a theater.
It was all wet.
Prince of Persia.
My brother hitchhiked up to Maine one time when he just got out of summer school, and took a bus all the way up to Limestone, Maine, 12 hours away, and no cell phones. And the concert, there was 150,000 people there, Fish show.
Oh, okay.
And we were just at the concert watching Fish, and my brother, I guess, saw us on the big screen, and he like pointed us out somehow and found us in the middle of 150,000 people.
Yeah.
And he fucking tapped on my shoulder, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because we had no cell phones. I had no idea how to get a hold of him. And he just fucking popped up out of nowhere. I looked back. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it was him. And then I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And then
that's the most people. Like I went to one fish show. I think it was in Camden, New Jersey. That's the most people I've ever seen crammed into. It was the most disorganized event I've ever seen. Let's put it that way, because the outside there were no lines. It was just like a fucking thousands and thousands of people just like cramming their way into like through security. No fucking lines. Everyone's like, no one's really shoving though. That's the thing.
No,
it was just all a bunch of like
peacefully emigrating.
Like, yeah, people. So I started shoving because I'm an asshole.
they're all tripping.
Fuck. They probably got shoved by me, but I was just outside pissed off, and like I was just like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Well, maybe you're meant for a rock show.
Maybe.
You know what happened to me? I'm not gonna go there, but anyway.
I love how a lot of our stories just go to one particular spot, and it's just like, I don't want to talk about that. I can't talk about that.
No, but dude, on the way down here, I was driving, right? I got my new car or whatever, and I'm driving in New Jersey. Maybe I think it might be New York. I don't know, but
you mean that Kia?
It's a nice Kia though. But there was a Ferrari, and I looked over, and it was a hockey player for sure, with a New York Rangers fucking stickers on the side of the car.
Oh yeah, because hockey players put stickers of who the team they play for on their car.
A Ferrari? Who?
So, there's Ferraris around here.
It was a hockey player, dude.
I don't know.
Had to have been.
Why would you put a sticker on your fucking car? I mean, maybe. I mean,
it
calling out to this douchebag who put his own team sticker on his fucking Ferrari. Call me, email me, you're a douche.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he was putzing around. He wasn't going fast, that's for sure.
Oh, super douche.
Yeah.
In a super car.
He should have been flying. I was.
Ferraris, Lamborghinis, they're really, I see them everywhere. They're not like, unless you have like a really old Ferrari, it's not that big of a deal to have one of these supposed supercars, because the cars now that aren't supercars, there's like muscle cars that can smoke these fucking like V10 whatever, you know. They're not that, and they just look so uncomfortable. Like, you know, the person is like, God, I paid a lot for this car, and I'm super uncomfortable right now.
And they're probably sick of it and want to sell it.
Yeah.
Because I already want to sell my car. Honestly.
Or it's a kit car. They make those kit cars.
I want to get another car already. It sucks.
I drove a Ferrari once. It was...
Yeah.
Did you? It shifted, like, it shifts a little weird, but that's about it. But it was no...
Was it comfortable?
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of Ferrari was it?
I couldn't tell you. Probably late 90s, maybe. I'm not sure what model.
350.
I drove it a 911 one time. That was pretty nice. Old one. 82.
A Porsche?
A Porsche.
Porsche.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, there's a track, I think, that in the Lehigh Valley where you can rent a supercar. I think it's the Pocono Raceway. Maybe it's not in the Lehigh Valley. It's Pocono Raceway. And you can rent a supercar and drive it around. But I heard it's not that good. Mike, did we have somebody on the podcast that was talking about that?
Yeah. Briefly.
So who's on? How many followers do you guys have in this podcast?
How many what?
30 maybe. I don't know.
Oh, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how to look up that stuff.
How many what did you say? Callers?
Followers.
Oh, followers.
Well, yeah, can you get like a surprise caller or something?
We could if we set up a phone system.
And we're going to open the phone lines up to callers.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a live stream and just set up like a dummy number.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been doing really well on
Might Be News.
SoundCloud?
Yeah. So
yeah, SoundCloud?
Yep.
Yeah.
That and
SoundCloud. So you can't find out how many followers are listening to then on SoundCloud.
Yeah, you can see how many people listen to it on SoundCloud. Yeah. Almost 200 maybe an episode, something like that. 180, 120 to 180, something like that.
So they might listen to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They might listen to you. And then,
bro.
Should we put your phone number out there?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it might get thousands of views.
Do you want to plug your company? Well, we'll give you some free plugs.
Yeah.
But maybe I should probably not talk a lot though, because shit comes out of my mouth that I don't really.
That's
care.
okay, dude.
That's
What do you
okay.
think podcasting is, dude? It's like farting out your mouth, man. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I just can't believe people like doing this, listening to the podcast, but they do.
Why not?
I mean, this is a new thing.
It's not a new thing.
No, people want to listen. They want to listen
Because people are getting sick of the shitty music that's coming out lately. It's just like nothing fucking good. It's when you put music up in like eras like the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s or the 70s or whatever, like I think the 80s were great. The 90s were okay. But then it started going downhill from there. Like the 2000s were okay, but right now it's just a bad time for music, I feel.
Maybe we should play music in the background. I mean,
Music bed?
We do.
Come on.
He puts
hacks.
so Mike puts basically his music and people that he knows music on the show in the beginning and I think at the end, right, Mike?
Beginning, I usually switch it up. The end is one of my songs. Yeah.
Yeah. So
hey, Mike, you remember that one time when we skipped high school and we took your drum kit to my dad's house and the cops came and played really loud. Really loud.
Yeah, dude. I had
and
we
outside.
We videotaped that too, and that tape is somewhere. That tape is somewhere.
crazy.
on top of a mountain.
Yep.
So
On the
like all of
mountain.
Emmaus probably heard you guys.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, we made it. We had speakers too. It was crazy, and we made sure people could hear us.
Mm-hmm. It was loud.
Speakers
Too.
hold on. Speakers on for a drum set?
I think we might have had guitars and everything. I don't know.
okay.
I think we had a full blown out band
Your
going
brother
on
was
there
playing
that day.
bass. I don't remember who was playing guitar. Eamon was there. He was.
Eamon definitely
Jesus
was
Christ.
Skeep
It was
Scott
like some shaman music or something.
No, I remember I had that. It was so loud because the like the kick. I set up the kick drum. That was really loud, but the snare drum I had was this very shallow brass snare drum, and I had it tuned real tight, so it was like a hip hop snare drum. So I was like popping on it, dude. It was like echoing off the
Wow.
side of the mountain,
Yeah.
like down to all the.
Yo, and we actually made it
Down
on
to
the,
all the who's in Whoville.
we made it on the radio, 𝐿 radio.
Yeah. I brought a huge
Yeah.
drum kit
What?
up for that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
What, at your dad's house?
No, at the college.
Yeah.
We
𝐿
Eamon, I don't know.
Oh, you know, no.
I forget who was
I
there.
went and
but
saw him like do poetry or something like that there.
I forget the name of our band.
Or he was speaking or something.
It was called something. And
I don't know if we had it. I don't know if we had.
We
I
had a
mean,
name. I forget the name of it. It was called something.
hmm.
And for some reason, I remembered it like maybe a month ago, and I forgot now. But
Mike's been in a lot of bands. Mike,
Yeah.
let's start a band together.
Okay.
We'll call
Done.
it the Heebie-Jeebies. And, or we'll call it the Eric Forgot. Eric
me,
Forgets.
oh yeah, Eric
We'll call it
forgets.
Forgetful Eric.
Young Eric.
The Forgetful Eric.
Young Eric.
I am Eric. He is Eric. We are
So
Eric.
are
Call us
you
Eric.
guys? So are you guys? Do you guys dabble in? Well, I know Jay has a little bit, but do you dabble in the cryptos or what?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I have. I
got
got
in?
some Doge, some Experian, and a little bit of Bitcoin. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you in right now?
Ooh, XRP.
You're still on that kick.
I've had XRP for 5 years.
You've been, and 5 years ago, you're like, it's happening. It's coming. Just wait.
All I have to say is Rosie Rios.
Who's that?
I won't go much further than
Who's
that.
Rosie
Look her
Rios?
name up, and that's all I can
Just
say.
explain who she is, because people out there don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Rosie Rios is the she signs your $100 bills.
Meaning what?
Department of Treasury?
No,
Like,
look
what
on
are you
look
talking
on a
about?
20 or 100, and Rosie Rios most likely is on your bill.
Was she like was she like part of like
She ran
Benjamin
the
Franklin's
US
crew,
Mint.
or
She ran the U.S. Mint and
she-
signed.
is she
which
alive?
one? There's 3 of them.
Yeah, she's alive. Now she works for Ripple, dude.
Oh.
So that's why I know XRP is.
Did
gonna
she just
be-
get a job? What's her what's she gonna do to Ripple? Because it
basically she said in an interview that the train has left the station, and
is that a code word or something?
They minted the last like design of bill ever, and then the next bill
how could they possibly
is going to be a digital dollar bill.
So you're thinking it's going to be XRP, but there's only so many XRP that, and then that would defeat the whole purpose of.
So right now
coins.
they're in the middle of a lawsuit with the SEC. I could go on and on and on.
Yes, let's do that. Let's talk a little bit about it.
So basically they're drawing this all out, and they have these videos. They're not actually on YouTube anymore. They took them off. This guy, To the Lifeboat, used to do a great video, podcast about these videos that they put out, and it's a guy named Bearable Guy 123, and he makes these little pictures, and there's codes in there and stuff, and he actually deciphers these codes, and I fortunately was able to listen to every single one of them, and basically this has all been a plan for years and years and years, since probably the 1940s. So basically Bitcoin has been around forever. Not even Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency. In the I can't remember the name of it, but it's a magazine that, it's not Forbes, it's something else, but they had on there
GQ magazine.
Phoenix. No, they had the Phoenix rising with a coin in the middle, and then it's supposed to be digital currency. So our money just takes forever to move around. Like when you rent a car, it takes 4 days to get your money back. Like if we had crypto, it'd come here in seconds.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, isn't like the purpose of like Venmo and Zelle, that's moving cash around quickly. That's moving US currency.
Yeah, but they are using Ripple though. Like Ripple has like 500 partnerships and banks that they're using.
Let's go back a little bit. Explain a little bit about Ripple, like what you know anyway about like
so
what it is.
Ripple is
Do you know how
an
it started?
unbelievable company. Yeah, it was called OpenCoin, and it was the first Bitcoin. And
before Bitcoin itself.
Before Bitcoin, it was OpenCoin. Then it went to Ripple, something Ripple Net, Ripple this, something Ripple. And then they came out with XRP and Ripple.
So hold on a second. How did
Bitcoin was a big, how do I say it? Big scam. It's still a scam. So like a lot of people lost their Bitcoins. You know what I mean? So they lost all their money, and yeah, it's worth $60,000, but you had to hold on to it.
Right.
So back then, when it was like cheap, like I actually could have bought Bitcoin.
It just went up. It was like 9,000 last year or something like that, right?
Yeah,
it
went up
like
to
30s.
60 now. But
it's up at 60. It was up to 60. Wasn't it just up at like 36 like a couple months ago?
No, it got up to 60,000. And then it dropped back down to 40, 30. It's like hovering 40 right now.
That's a big drop.
But yeah, 20,000. But a lot of people got out when it spiked the last time.
All right, so go back to XRP.
So XRP, all right. Well, there's just lots of things that it's just crazy coincidences about the government and how they're going digital. And
are these facts, or are you just reading this shit online?
No, it's actual facts. I watch this guy on YouTube, and he Twitter. You can't really trust
this
everything
guy on
Twitter,
YouTube.
But.
So for the purposes of this conversation, just pepper in allegedly throughout your story, and
yeah,
we'll be okay.
Yeah, just say this guy on YouTube, and everyone I think will know that that's not a fact.
Yeah, well, true, but there's just lots of things like Rosie Rios, dude. I mean, that right there is just unbelievable.
She lost a job in the mint, and
no, she was done. Like, she didn't want to do that part anymore or whatever, and she wanted to join Ripple. So, and why? Tell me why the SEC would sue Ripple and nobody else when Ethereum and Bitcoin are securities for sure, and they sell illegal securities, so they fundraised money to sell Bitcoin.
Well, so are they wetting someone's pocket?
They
then?
made money off of Bitcoin by making fundraisers. And
because
shit.
the people that are behind the mint are behind the.
They're involved with Bitcoin. Exactly,
Yeah, they have to be.
So why do you think they're suing Ripple? Ripple and
are they scared of Ripple? Is that what are you getting at that they're scared of Ripple?
They are 100% scared of Ripple. So Brad Garlinghouse should be the president of the United States, dude. And David Schwartz is like the smartest guy in planet Earth.
Hold on,
dude.
which one's the one on YouTube?
Huh?
Is that one of those the ones on YouTube?
No, Bearable Guy. But that's To the Lifeboat that does the videos of Bearable Guy's videos. I could go on and on. This is just a real ongoing conversation that would take 17 million days to talk about. But
so what is who accepts digital currency regularly, like as a business that takes Bitcoin or whatever? Who are
it's the Wild West right now.
You can transfer it into U.S. dollars, right?
Yeah, or Tether.
So it's easy to transfer overseas, right? And that's really all I know about it. I mean, I think there are some companies that accept Bitcoin, and I mean, there's a lot of companies out there.
You can buy a house with Ripple now.
With Ripple?
XRP. You can buy a house with XRP if you have enough.
If the person accepts it. That's what I mean. If you're doing a transaction because Bitcoin, let's say, is worth so much, and it's not fluctuating, it's not going down like it was at 9,000, now it's at 30-some thousand, then it went up to 50,000, then it went back down to 30,000. It's kind of stabilized a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're buying a house off of just the person, they're saying, hey, I'm going to sell my house. Yeah, I want to buy your house. Do you accept Bitcoin? Sure, let me transfer some Bitcoin over to you. Here you go, boom. Because they could potentially make more money off the Bitcoin. That's the only reason why I would see that they could they would accept the Bitcoin. It's like an investment almost.
Well, that's why
it's an investment on top of an investment, because your house is one and then Bitcoin's another.
Well, that's why the SEC is suing them, because they want to make sure there's clarity.
They're suing XRP.
Yeah, because they need to make sure that it's a non-security or a security, and they are going to give it clarity. Right now, crypto is still in the Wild West phase, where there's no regulations. There's fucking doggy coins and this and that fucking shit flying all over the place.
A lot of it's bullshit, I hear. Like,
yeah, it's all a scam.
Yeah.
Like, I bought into
But it still goes up. People make money off of it.
I bought into Shiba.
Yeah.
Because, I had...
It was one of the dog coins?
I mean, it was a cool name, Shiba. Yeah. I mean, shit. So I bought Shiba, and it didn't make me money yet. But...
It probably won't ever.
I did make money off of Dogecoin, though. But...
not much.
And
I mean,
it's not like
it went up like thousands. It went up like cents.
I made money off AMC. That went up.
The theater?
Yeah, it went up from... I bought it at $7 and went up to $64.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good buy.
If April and I had cashed out when Doge peaked just above 70 cents, if we would have cashed out right then and there at the apex, we could have bought a house.
Yeah.
Did you think it? I mean, what was going through your head? Did you think it was going to go like a lot higher than that? You just wanted to see it out.
Yeah, for a little while. I mean,
you didn't put much in.
Ups and downs and ups and downs. That was a big up. Went down quite a bit. I don't even really watch it anymore. Until I hear
it's
something.
still up a little bit.
I'm just holding.
It started. Like any other, like a fraction of a cent. Then when it hit 8 cents, that was their benchmark of like, okay, it's gaining a little traction, and then slowly just ticked up and up and up and up and up. And then it hit really quickly.
When did you get into it? Did you hear it like it was supposed to go up and it didn't go up yet, or did you just get into it when it started going up slow? Was it going up slowly, or did it just go up real fast? And you're like, I don't want to put money in.
When it hit 8 cents, that's when a lot of people bought in, and then
what did it start at?
It's
fractions.
It's
of a cent.
Yeah, and then it hit up to 8 cents, and that's when a lot of people bought in, and then ticked up slowly for a little while, and then it jumped, and then has slowly been coming up and down, but mostly down. And
so where did you buy in at? Did you buy in at 8 cents?
I think April bought in at 8 cents. Yeah.
Okay, she's pretty keen on stuff like that. Like, was she watching? Was she watching it or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's good at convincing me to do stuff with money because she's very good with money.
Same with Tiffany.
Yeah. Thank God, dude. I'd be fucking dead without her.
Same.
I would absolutely be dead
Same.
if not for my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be broke.
Yeah. And then
There's
therefore
no way.
dying,
I'd be living
doing
paycheck to
something
paycheck.
horrible. Yeah.
And I'd be fucking drinking beer every day and
Fuck
probably
yeah.
trying to get laid every night.
Paycheck to
Sounds
paycheck,
like-
drinking.
Sounds like
so
you're
much.
15, dude.
Yeah. Guess what? It's like being 15 only in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
And it's become a
Yeah.
problem.
Or mid 30s or late 30s.
Yeah.
No, she made me get my shit together once I hit 30. So,
Yeah. It's time to become a man,
yeah.
Mike.
Yep.
Is that when you
Well,
stop?
I'm glad you guys are doing this podcast.
Is that when you stopped drinking?
Yeah, 30. Well, 30 is when I went to rehab. I,
Oh, okay.
drastically cut down from like 100% to like 2 to 5% of the time still drinking for a little while, and then just stopped completely.
Now you don't do. Yeah, you don't do it.
So you don't even have one sip.
No.
Not one sip.
That's fine. I really don't need alcohol. I just enjoy it some days. I don't need it though.
No.
I smoke a fuckload of weed though, but yeah.
Dude, you know how fucked up
It's
I am?
okay.
I drank with Grant Nunn over here, and he was going through. Well, he already went through AA and then his sobriety shit, so he was already sober. I mean, I asked him when he came in here. I was like, "Look, I like to sip on a little bit of whiskey when I podcast. Do you mind?" and he was like, "No, go ahead." Yeah. But then he came the second time, and I didn't drink. I didn't drink in front of him. But I don't know. I just afterwards, I just thought, I'm still dwelling on it for some reason. I'm like,
No, dude, he's got that true grit because it doesn't
truly
bother.
over it.
Yeah, like
that's how
you can
know.
drink a fuckload of whiskey in front of me, and I will so enjoy it. Just watching someone else get absolutely shit hammered drunk, and just watching the progression is one of the funniest.
I don't
things
even like
ever.
the feeling of being drunk because I feel like fucking hell.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
it got
I mean,
to be
I
like
mean, drinking every
35
day.
minutes was
Yeah.
fun, and then the rest is like 6. Okay, now I have 6 hours of fucking.
Yeah.
Over and over.
So I'd rather just be like, okay,
Yeah,
like and like awake and like
Yeah.
I like having my wits about
I don't know. I
me.
need that. I like that mellowness at the end of the night. Like that's what I like.
Well, yeah,
Because
that's
it's so
what
rambunctious. My whole day is just rambunctious.
That's what it's for, and then you can abuse it if life gets crazy.
Yeah,
You can, yeah.
absolutely.
But if you can just do what you just said, it's fine, and really won't take control of you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could
Yeah.
probably comfortably do a little wine in the nighttime with a nice dinner, and it
There you go.
wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But no, I have no reason to like ever buy another bottle of
Plus,
whiskey.
you're older
or
now. You're a lot older now. You're more mature.
30 rack of fucking PBR and kill it in 4 hours.
that's the shit that you can't do.
There's no point.
No, there's no point.
That's
point
the
at
shit
all.
you can't do.
Yeah.
You gotta.
And then once you start getting, once you stop drinking a little bit, and you start realizing like, oh shit, I can be happy because alcohol is a depressant, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, why do I want to go back to that? Okay, let's have a little bit, just to get a little buzz going on and feel good and get some good conversation, have a good night with the fam or whatever, wife for dinner or whatever. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Right? We're not 15, 20 years old pounding fucking cases of PBR and Zima right now. You know what I mean? Zima came back actually.
When the hell did you
know
drink
that?
Zima?
Oh
habitually.
boy, yeah.
I want to hear about
Might
this
have been
Zima
18.
phase.
Those were like the 40. We were drinking 40 ounces of malt liquor and cases of Zima.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, 40s I was definitely down with. I love drinking 40s.
Yeah.
Oh my, it was so much fun.
Yeah, they were.
And yeah,
Well,
I remember
need a
like it was
cigarette.
pretty much a guarantee back in the day that if I was hanging out, you know, like we hooked up somewhere,
Yeah.
40s would be involved.
Yes.
Like Jay Gellis 40s, synonymous.
Yep. Fucking A right, dude. Driving around.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So,
All right, Eric, thanks for coming on the show, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. I know it was kind of short notice, but you came all the way down from Massachusetts just to be on the show, dude. That's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna go to the number one. So
Yeah.
And number one
I had my fill of Yakos and
You got a
you get
sour
Yakos
stomach
every time
now.
you come back.
uh,
Yeah.
I should. I gotta get a Matey's cheesesteak still.
They don't have any like cheesesteak or hot dog places up there.
No, they suck. They're called steak and cheese.
What is
it's not
sounds
whiz.
terrible.
What is it, like American cheese? Like just
Steak
slapped on?
and cheese.
What food is good up
That's-
there besides fucking beans?
Beans.
A lot of
and rice.
Irish food up there, probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of Irish people.
Yeah.
And I'm a Pennsylvania Dutch, so I flaunt it like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta
tell
get your
everybody-
pig stomach now.
I tell
Eh?
everybody, "Kunst you make a funga," and they don't know what I'm talking about.
Do you ask them if they know what a Wawa is?
Oh, they don't know what Wawa is. Well, they do actually. Some people do because they go to Florida, but
Oh, that's right. There's a Wawa in Florida.
but yeah, it was a pleasure. I'll get back on. I'm gonna try to make another appearance one day. So
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, just stop by again.
yeah,
We'll have you on. All right, dude.
All
See
right.
ya.
All right, boys and girls. I'll see you next week.
bye bye.
2Ds is part of Might Be News Network. That's mbnnetwork.com. It is also a fucking done sound production. If you would like to tell your story on 2Ds and an F, email us at 2Ds and an F podcast at gmail.com. That's TWODSANDANF podcast at gmail.com. For episode segments, extras, and upcoming guest interviews, check out 2Ds and an F podcast pages on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Full-length episodes are available on YouTube, Spotify, and just about everywhere other podcasts are found. Don't forget to like and subscribe.